Hello guys, welcome to Baking with Akis. In this episode, we are mixing tradition and simplicity with two amazing recipes. First, we will prepare a Greek-style meat phyllo pie, a yummy delicacy packed with a rich meat filling that will have you drooling. Then, we will switch to something sweet with the orange 1, 2, 3, 4 cake, an easy to make fluffy dessert bursting with citrusy goodness. Let's get started. Our first recipe is the ultimate comfort food, Greek-style meat phyllo pie. Picture layers of golden crispy phyllo wrapped around a perfectly seasoned juicy meat filling. It is hearty, it is delicious, and a good taste of Greek tradition. Let's see our ingredients. Greek-style meat phyllo pie. Ingredients: half a kilo lamb, half a kilo pork neck, 4 tablespoons olive oil, salt, pepper, 1 onion, 3 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons tomato paste, 1 teaspoon granulated sugar, 600 grams water, 100 grams short grain rice, 150 grams Gruyere cheese, half a bunch of parsley, 1 egg. To assemble: 450 grams phyllo dough sheets, 100 grams olive oil. We have to prepare the filling for the pie. I love this recipe because actually you can use any leftovers of meat you have in your freezer. Here I have some pork and here I have some lamb. I want both because for me lamb is the most unique meat all over the world. Even if you are not a professional cook, the lamb is always delivers the best result. Now, I need some extra virgin Greek olive oil in the pot, and I have an onion. I will cut into big chunks, like this one. You don't have to finely chop it, because we will cook the meat for at least 1 hour. So, actually, the onion will melt, will caramelize, and this is it. I have 3 cloves of garlic. I will again, do not chop it, big chunks like this, because the garlic will melt inside the pot. Now, onion is in, garlic is in, and let's start with the meat. Here I have my pork. I'm using pork neck because it's quite fatty, and I will cut into small pieces like those ones because I want to become extremely tender and I don't want to cook for hours. Just in 1 hour, these bites will melting into your mouth. Now, I'm almost done. Yes. The pork is in as well. And let's carry on with the lamb. Greek lamb is the most delicious and tasty lamb all over the world. Now, if you cannot find Greek lamb, you can find any lamb of your choice. And the lamb is ready. Straight in. And now we have to give a nice color to the meat with the onions. For how long? It depends from the pot, from the heat, for everything. So at least 10 minutes at this point. And I didn't season yet. So salt and pepper. Be back in 10 minutes to carry on. At this point, when we have the caramelization that we want, it's time to add some tomato paste. 2 tablespoons, 1, 2. Stir a little bit. Lovely. Absolutely amazing. And a pinch of sugar and a little bit of water. The water is in. Now, cover the pot with a lid lower the heat, and in 1 hour the meat will be melting in your mouth. And after 1 hour it's time to add the rice. I have short grain rice and I will add it in. Stir a little bit more. Do not overstir because the meat will melt and we don't want that. Cover with the lid and carry on cooking for about 10 to 15 minutes until the rice is ready. My filling is ready. I let it cool for about half an hour because I want to add the rest of the ingredients, and I need an egg. 1 egg in, some cheese, and some parsley. This is it. Easy cheesy. I love this recipe. Now, if you want to use any minced meat, you can use it. The process is more simple because you don't have to cook the minced meat for 1 hour. In 10 minutes it will be ready and you can carry on from that point, okay? Now, my filling is ready. I will leave it on the side and it's time for the pie. Here I have one baking pan, 30 centimeters, and extra virgin Greek olive oil at the bottom. And here is my phyllo. And for this recipe I'm using country style phyllo. It's a little bit thicker. If you cannot find it, you can use the normal phyllo, okay? But this is thicker. And it is actually like my grandmother's recipe, so I love that. In some pies I'm using this phyllo. Look at this. Nice, huh? Recycle, and this one, recycle. And you can count that I will not need more than 3 minutes to prepare my pie because it's very easy to do that. Take one phyllo, put it here. Olive oil. The second one. Don't leave so much phyllo on the edges. Put it in like this. More olive oil. And do not overdo it with olive oil because the filling is quite fatty. We don't want the pie to become very heavy. That's why I'm using that amount of olive oil. Now, the third one on top. And now it's time for the filling. Imagine when the cheese starts to melt, it will become something absolutely irresistible. Oh my God, lovely. Look at that. Perfect. The filling is in. Now, if you want to use some feta cheese instead of yellow cheese, you can. And I will carry on the same process. Phyllo, olive oil. Now fold the edges inward to crimp the pie. And what is left from the olive oil will go on top. Okay, as I told you, only 3 minutes to prepare a pie, not more. If the phyllo is there and the filling is ready, everything else is a piece of cake. Now, I will score my pie. To 8 pieces, I think, is a good portion. Perfect. And now it's time for the oven. My oven is preheated to 170 degrees Celsius set to fan. I want my rack to the highest level and I will bake for 1 hour and 10 minutes, okay? Easy. When it's ready, we will try it. And my pie is ready. Now, because I want to hear that. Look at that. This is totally a crowd pleaser. This is something else. This is something unique. And when you're starting tasting this lovely pie, you will lose your mind. You never tried something like this before. Now again, another more shh, because next up, we have the orange 1, 2, 3, 4 cake, a recipe that is as simple as its name. With just a few basic ingredients, you will create an airy, fluffy cake infused with the fresh orange flavor. A dessert to enjoy at any time of the day, so let's take a look at the ingredients. Orange 1, 2, 3, 4 cake. Ingredients. For the cake, 1 cup of butter plus extra for the pan. 1 cup strained yogurt, 2 cups granulated sugar, 3 cups self-rising flour, 4 eggs, the zest of 2 oranges, half a teaspoon vanilla powder, and semolina for the pan. For the orange glaze, the juice from 1 orange, 200 grams icing sugar. To serve, the zest of 1 orange. Now, some theory why we call that cake 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we have 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of yogurt, 2 cups of sugar, 3 cups of flour, and 4 eggs. Easy to remember. You cannot mess it up with this recipe. It is so easy, so let's begin. I have my yogurt. Greek strained yogurt. You can take full fat or low fat, whatever you want. The butter, melted. 4 eggs. 1, 2, 3. It's very important in pastry, always when we are using eggs, to use eggs that they are 50 grams each. That's why I want 4 eggs, but in total I need 200 grams, okay? So if your eggs are bigger, then you have to ensure that in total you have 200 grams of eggs, okay? You got it? Good. Now, the vanilla powder is in. Not yet. Now is in. If you want, you can use vanilla extract instead and mix all these ingredients. And as you can see, this recipe is quite simple. We don't even need a mixer for this recipe. Just with a whisk, everything will be perfect. Now make sure that the yogurt will be completely incorporated, and then we will add some orange flavor. Here I have 2 oranges, 1, 2, and I need just the zest, because when we finish with our cake, we will prepare a nice orange glaze. We love that. So let's add the sugar. Mix a little bit more. And the last ingredient is the flour. That's it. Finito. The recipe is over. That's it. You just need a spatula and in 3 minutes the batter for the cake will be ready. That's it. That's why I love this recipe, because the result will be absolutely stunning. It will be a soft, nice, orangey cake that nobody can resist, and you will waste only 3 minutes of your life. It's time for the oven. Here I have my bundt pan. It's 26 centimeters, and as you can see, I already buttered it and dusted with semolina because I want it to become extra crispy on the edges. And the butter goes in. This is it. Voila. Extra orangey and so simple. This recipe is amazing. And the cake is ready for the oven. So simple recipe with extra flavor of orange. Only in 3 minutes. And it's time for the oven. My oven is preheated to 170 degrees Celsius, set to fan. And I will bake for 50 to 55 minutes. Then I will let it cool because I want to prepare a nice glaze on top, and my cake should be cooled. And this is my cake. It's like a crown. I am the king of cakes, and I will make my cake even sexier. How? I will turn it upside down and I will create a nice glaze for the top. Now I have 2 oranges, one is big, one is small. That's why I have to be stingy with my orange juice. And here I have my icing sugar. I will add the juice of half orange, and if needed, I will add some more. Let's check. As you can see, it takes some time until the glaze is ready. You have to be patient, mix and mix, and if you think that you need more orange juice, just add it. Now, what do you think? You think that my glaze is okay, or I need to add a little bit more orange juice, Pavlos? I think I need just a splash of orange juice. Just a splash. Yeah. And now I am ready 100%. Exactly as I want it. Perfect. Can you see that? It's like condensed milk. And we are ready. I need a spoon. Yeah, spoon. And I will start this way. Don't worry, the glaze will find its way. Perfect. And now, the only thing you have to do is to give it some time to set. For how long? Not more than 3-4 minutes. And I have one more orange here to give a pop of color. Wow. What do you think? Yeah? This is an orange cake. all the orange cakes should look like this one. What do you think? Huh? Perfect. Now, let's cut a piece. Do you want a big one or a small one? Big one. From where? Pick a side. Here? I have to turn it. Okay? So this piece is just for you, my friend. Okay? You can enjoy. And this piece is just for Mr. Akis. Bon appetit. It is so orangey, like you drinking orange juice, but it's a cake. Fluffy, buttery, and sexy. Try this recipe and you will love it. And that's a wrap for today's episode. We started with a savory and satisfying Greek-style meat phyllo pie, followed by the refreshing and hassle-free orange 1, 2, 3, 4 cake. Two recipes that you definitely have to try. Thank you so much for joining me on Baking with Akis. See you next time and yas σας!